3, 2, 1, and we're back in the room. Hi, my Patreons, if you're watching this on the replay, thank you for your continued support. You're legends. We've got a few Patreons now, you know, quite a few.
Amazing people, amazing people.
Amazing Grace.
Oh. And then we had 6 people waiting in the room as well.
Oh, lovely. Hi, everyone. How are we doing? Is your sound off? Because
No.
mine's not.
Oh, God. Quick. Here we go.
Vegeta's in the house.
How is everyone? How's your day been today? We've had a funny old day, haven't we?
We had a funny old day. It was a bit nothingy.
Everything we tried to do, like, we couldn't do it. Like, I had a puncture when we went to go out to the shop, and then went to the bike shop, couldn't get it fixed, and then we went to
Although
Aldi
they said they were open. They didn't say they weren't doing repairs, though.
Yeah.
So that was a wasted journey.
We went to Aldi and the queue was really long, and then you didn't have a bike lock for your bike. And then
We've done it stupid.
we just came home and gave up on the video idea we had.
We just sacked the day off
Do
and
it
decided to we'll just have fun on the stream. So we're a little early on the stream tonight. We thought we'd go a little bit longer. We've been enjoying the stream so much, but it gets close to our bedtime, so we don't really want to go too much over. So we thought, well, we'll come in early. We'll go a bit under. Did that make sense? Who have we got?
It did to me.
Adio Head, Alexander, Robert Pacino, Julian H, Emily the Human, Hunt Stop Lion. Oh, my new friend from Ryan's stream, who we picked up the other day. Nice to see you, brother. Peter Cunnington, Charlotte Ward. Regita's day has just started. Whereabouts are you, Regita? I guess you're in America somewhere. I can't believe I don't even know. Charlotte Ward. Alexander, just watched a video of yours actually, going back to the homepage. I saw your stream coming up. Ah, sweet.
Oh, nice.
Soy the boy. Ahoy, you sexy fidgets. I like it. Julian Walters, my IRL friend. I'm a machine. How you doing, brother? Nice to see you in it. Emily, Yanina G. Yanina G. I don't think I've seen you in the room before, have I? Who are you? Where are you? What are you up to? Have you got any tracksuit bottoms on? I like to find out about them. How's the vegan scene where you are? And hello yourself, you fellow vegan. So Vegeta is in the States somewhere. So if he's just getting up, where are we? 6 p.m. So what is that, about 10 a.m. on the East Coast and then about 7 on the West Coast?
Sounds about right.
Now, is he up with the lark, or is he a bit of a late riser?
Yeah.
I don't know. I've got a feeling he might be a late riser. Are you more towards the East Coast, Regita? I don't know why I think that. Tyler, thoughts on consuming white vinegar? I don't know that I know what that is. White vinegar.
I mean, I use it for cleaning, white vinegar.
Do you mean not white wine vinegar?
No.
Clear vinegar?
Yeah, just plain white vinegar.
Yeah, not malt vinegar.
No.
Is that the difference? There's malt vinegar and then there's white vinegar.
I don't know.
Is it called white vinegar, or is it just
There is
see-through?
something called white vinegar.
Right.
Yeah, but it is see-through, so that's confusing. Yeah.
I don't know. The only vinegar, so vinegars are acidifying except for apple cider vinegar. So apple cider is the one I would go for out of all of them. Oliver Brown's in the house. Shoto, konnichiwa! Our new friend there. Good to see you, my friend. Charlotte Ward, do you guys drink booze? Nope. I'm thinking of quitting, but it's so hard. From South Staffordshire. Ah, thanks for joining, lovely. No, just knowing what I know about health and the importance of our gut microbes. They're key. Now, alcohol not only kills the good bacteria, but it feeds pathogenic bacteria. So it's a good way to shorten your life and hurt your health span as well. So I'm not a fan.
I guess I invite you to look at why you're finding it hard to quit. What does alcohol give you or do for you?
We were huge drinkers, weren't we, for the longest time?
Social crutch for us. A lot.
Very much so.
For me, I'd say I was probably an alcoholic for a short time, many years ago, before I met Paul.
Really, you would go so far as to say that?
I would drink in the morning and then.
Well, yeah, that's pretty serious, isn't it? Yeah, I remember you saying that now.
Yeah, and I was trying to not feel some emotional pain, so that was why I drank. And then looking at those issues was what's helped me to stop drinking. So yeah, I guess it's different for each person, isn't it? Why they find it hard to quit drinking. Yeah.
Can you pass me the power lead for the computer, please?
Oh, of course.
Oh, and with Gita, it's 12:50. I'm on the East Coast. Did he say he was just up or so? His day's just begin. You're so naughty. Oh yeah, because it's British summertime, so there's less of a time gap now, isn't it? Less of a time gap.
You got a super chat.
6, yeah. Compassionate Vegan kindly donated $1.99, and he's got a new avatar there. I like how you keep changing your avatars up, keeping it fresh. Do you like dogs or just cats? I love dogs. For the longest time, I preferred cats. We always had a cat, but yeah, of late I've really gotten into dogs. I was then going to straighten the camera up, but then I thought I don't want to mess with that.
Don't bother.
Yeah.
Dogs are great.
Yeah, yeah. I guess cats are more independent, and you don't get quite such a good bond. Although we have a huge, strong bond with Cowboy, don't we? She's sort of special in that way.
Yes. Very needy for a cat.
Yeah.
You know? That's how we like cats.
That's how we like her.
Needy.
But yeah, I wouldn't seek to get cats going forwards because obviously they are carnivorous creatures. Yeah, but I would like to have some other animals like dogs. The whole pet thing now to me is just a bit weird though, you know.
Yeah.
I'm just not really too sure where I stand on the whole thing really. I think if we can add to an animal's life, then that's good. I think oftentimes we think, what can we get from this animal? And then it's more about us, isn't it? And what, you know, I think that's not right.
Yes.
Yeah, it's odd, isn't it? Anyway, each to their own. No criticism or judgment on anyone. Karen Lovigan, you lovely lady, kindly donated 5 Great British pounds, just a token of appreciation. Keep up the good work, big love. Thank you. No question, just supporting us in what we're doing because she's lovely and she wants to help the animals. And I had a lovely chat with your friend Leo on the old FaceTime. He's a delight, so thank you for putting us together. Really appreciate that. Fat Vegan brings up a good point. Did you hit the like button? No, I didn't. I shall do it now. Compassionate Vegan again, kindly donated $4.99. Thank you, brother. I feel like dogs are
more, maybe that's meant to say.
More loving. My dog is my best friend. I don't know how I would ever cope without her. She doesn't.
Aww.
Yeah, she loves me and can't. Loves me. She can't never be by my side. Anyway, I know what you're trying to say. Yeah, we can form such lovely bonds with animals, you know, and they often, you know, usually they don't have an ulterior motive. Do you know what I mean? And you know, they're just loving, aren't they? And yeah, they're brilliant.
Yeah.
I love animals.
Yeah.
Right. Lorraine Edie is in the house. Ate, I don't know how to pronounce that. Are you familiar with the Carnivore is Vegan website? Unfortunately, they write very convincingly. No, even that name I find quite bewildering.
Doesn't make any sense.
No.
I'll write that down so we could look that up.
Yeah, we'll have a look. Thank you. Muddy Paws is in the house. You're amazing, Fat Vegan. Paul Snowden. Hi, Paul. Is the TV show something you'd be interested in? Oh, yeah, you spoke to me somewhere else, didn't you? And I can't remember if I ever got back. It might have been a comment. Yeah. I do remember. But maybe if you responded, I don't get notifications of responses, and I'd forgotten about it. So sorry if you did get back to me. I'd potentially be interested in something like that. It just really depends, obviously, exactly what it is, how much time it would take up, that sort of stuff, you know, because obviously I'm trying to earn a living and grow my social media platforms. But, you know, if it's a well good show which really promotes veganism in a great way and it's going to be good for my exposure, you know, possibly. Obviously, I just need to know the logistics. You said it was quite a long-term thing, did you? About a year or something? So it would have to be quite special, I suppose. If it pays well, like maybe that would be like another thing. I don't know if it's paid or not.
You're quite special.
Yeah, but yeah, send me some deets if you want to. The best thing to do is probably email me because I will actually see that. Often with DMs and comments, I get so very many, as you can probably appreciate. I do lose them. Hench Herbivore at yahoo.co.uk.
I've just realised that...
Thanks for thinking of me.
I just realised that what I said to you can be taken as an insult. I meant it as a compliment. Did you know that?
Well, yes.
Great.
I'm amazing.
Just checking.
I've
written that wrong. God. Not that one.
Zactivist, our lovely friend. I can only stay for 2 minutes. See you soon. Thanks for joining the stream anyway, brother. Compassionate vegan. My brother has a pet goat. Nice.
Oh, I love goats.
If we could have like 2 or 3 goats or something, if we had some land, you know what I mean? So
and we
they
were
had lots
rescuing
of
them
room.
from a place where their life was worse, and it would be better to come and live with us, you know, not like to have some bread, especially for us or something like that, you know.
Adam, the dogs may have ulterior motives. We don't know. Yeah, cats certainly do. They just want you as their slaves, and they're quite cruel. I like how they watch you and they slowly like knock your ornaments off the mantelpiece or whatever.
Yeah.
A-holes they are.
I think Cowboy's trained us with a series of higher and higher pitched sounds, hasn't she, to get what she wants.
Yeah, she's clever.
Yeah.
She's clever. Kelly Bunsell, I love my 2 cats and they will both be with me until the end. I don't think I will get any more. Yeah, that's kind of how we feel. Bless you. The Soy the Boy, what's your thoughts on Jacko Wacko going silent? I've not heard anything from him for months and months and months. I know he left veganism, and then I remember Foot Soldier having a chat with him. That's all. I don't really know anything else about it, to be honest, and that was a long time ago, so I guess I'm not really in the loop to be able to comment. What's he been up to? What's he been up to apart from going silent? Bogdan Daniel Sabau. Hi Paul, do you know any reasons for fluctuating between hypo and hyperthyroid for my mum? She's 67. Hashimoto's thyroiditis springs to mind. Yeah, so autoimmune thyroid disease, and yeah, it can swing both ways. It's a bit of a pain. Have you got any good advices?
She could go to a doctor and ask for a specific
antibody test.
Yeah, specific test for antibodies. They don't often do that. They'll just see what your thyroid levels are and don't bother with the antibody. But I went and I insisted like 3 times that I thought I had this issue and something wasn't right, and they eventually tested my antibodies and then decided, oh yeah, you have got Hashimoto's. Hashimoto. Sometimes it can swing for a while before it finds the level where it's going to stay. So mine is like underactive now, and it has been for a long time. But yeah, in the earlier days when you first uncover it, it can swing a bit. So that could settle down in time. Get some consistency with certain things like iodine. So like if she's having a supplement or seaweed, or if she's not, she should be having it. And to be really consistent with that. So don't one day suddenly have loads of iodine rich, say like sea vegetables, because that can make things, you know, go up or down. So be consistent with that. Don't know if I have any other thoughts. Do you?
No, just obviously a healthy diet containing all the micronutrients. What else is important for thyroid? Selenium's another important one. So like a
Brazil nut every day could be a good thing to have. You could try, or she could try adaptogens. So things like ashwagandha. So the way they work is that they help balance hormones. I don't know the science of it, you know, that's not my forte, but I believe that, you know, whether you're under or over, it kind of helps to bring it into balance, you know, whichever way you are. So that could be a real good thing. Look up adaptogens. I know ashwagandha's one. I'm not too sure about. There's loads of them, I think, isn't there?
Yeah, maca and all the things.
Oh, and she could try some licorice root if she might have adrenal fatigue, which goes hand in hand with thyroid issues. If she drinks a lot of caffeine, gets poor sleep, is stress and things, her adrenals might be struggling.
Yeah, knock the caffeine on the head for a start.
Get some licorice root, that helps the adrenals. Yeah.
Good words. Pardon me. The Arena Uncensored Connie donated $1.99. What's your take on Kai Green going vegan? I imagine that he just jumped on a trend in order to sell a book. I think that's the long and short of it. But we'll see. Does he reckon he's staying vegan, or probably plant-based, a better term? Thank you for your kind donation, helping us out there. Products Not Pills. Do you and Jem eat the same way? Well, we both eat whole foods, plant-based. We eat some meals the same. Some meals
you
we
eat a lot more
vary,
protein
don't we?
than me, so more legumes and tofu and things like that. So I don't eat as many of those. I might have a can of legumes in a day. So pretty much the same, yeah. Just a lot less volume for me. Well, not so much less at the minute because you're dieting, so you're not.
Yeah, we're probably not that far off, are we?
Not too far, yeah.
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 Leo, licorice root is very bad, Dr. Gregor. I'm not Dr. Gregor. I know I go on about him the whole time.
Maybe he said something about it then that I don't know about. It's been a lot of years since I've taken licorice root and looked at it, so yeah, look that up, I guess.
Let's have a little look-see. Nutrition
Doing it red now.
facts.org. Licorice root. Is licorice good for you? But that's like the sweet. Anyway, we'll give that a look just in case there's some new knowledge to be had. Thank you.
Wouldn't wish to recommend it if Dr. Gregor says it's bad. I trust his knowledge.
Robinson, why is there such negativity from vegans about coconut oil? The largest study in the 2017 Cambridgeshire showed outstanding results. It makes me think Dr. Gregor and all are cherry picking their studies. Why would a vegan doctor want to throw a vegan product in a bad light? I've seen countless studies showing how bad coconut oil is. There's a whole playlist on nutritionfacts.org with dozens of studies all cited. You know, how was that particular one set up, and is it finding a false positive? And again, you can't just go by one study. You need to look at the balance of data, and you need to see. I mean, I can't imagine. Obviously, that's not going to be funded by an industry that's against it, kind of thing. So that, not in that case, but in other cases, you need to look at everything as a whole, I think. But yeah, I'm pretty sold to this horrible scapegoat. Will I die soon? Well, that's all relative, isn't it? Time. If you consider how long the universe has been here, you know, we're only here for sort of a millisecond anyway. So yes, but then if you were currently being tortured and they had the ability to keep you alive but torture you, a second would seem like an eternity. So yes and no.
Way to get morbid.
Yanina, I'm in London. I wish I could afford to rent a house and have a garden, but it's so expensive. Norwich seems more affordable and peaceful. It is, yeah, it's really nice. Get over here. Get over here. Finish him. Speaking of finish him, Shottle. How did you make the mental shift and change the way you treated people? I remember you saying in one of your videos you treat people with disrespect in the past. Just basically, if someone was disrespectful to me, then they'd get it either verbally or physically. I didn't feel like I was a bully. Looking back, probably was a bit of a bully in the terms of I didn't have to always do certain things that I did to people, particularly when I was a doorman in nightclubs and things, or, well, I guess that carried over into everyday life if someone's rude to me in the street or whatever. And stuff like that. So, but yeah, what happened basically was I went vegan. You know, I went whole foods plant-based for my health. Then I saw the ethics side of it, and then I became like an ethical vegan also. And just one day, I just really had the epiphany, if I don't want to hurt a chicken that I've never met, like, why am I okay with smacking my fellow man in the face, like, just because they're a bit rude to me or whatever? And, yeah, that was it. I pretty much changed on the spot. I mean, not that I'm infallible, but, you know, much more readily, I can just look at things, you know, and just think, he's having a bad day. He's taking it out on the world, and I happen to be in the vicinity. And
you should see how quickly he throws his fists up if you accidentally spook him round
you
the
can
corner.
you can actually
or purposefully.
You can actually find that out on TikTok.
Yeah, on TikTok. Some people say veganism and like spirituality and spiritual awakenings kind of go like hand in hand, and you can have one and then be taken to the sort of like kind of like
they are sort of twin.
We seem to
parts
kind
of the same thing,
find
really.
veganism and awaken more to the concept of just like, you know, kind of like oneness, you could say, like, you know, if I hurt you, it's like hurting me, and how that relates. And we kind of saw all of that, didn't we, at one phase?
And shortly after my epiphany, I just had this thing happen to me, and it really illustrated why I needed to change. And I was on the back of a bus, and a man came on with his little girl. And the little girl said something. The man stared straight at me. He said something, and he sounded like, I don't know, he just seemed weird. And I didn't know him, so I just sat there looking at him, and he just stuck his finger up at me and walked up the stairs. And I thought, you lucky bugger, like, not so long ago, I would have been staying on the bus till he got off and then having a bit of a point of view with him. And as it happened, we actually got off at the same stop, and still it was early days, and I thought, I'm just going to find out like what that was all about, and try to speak nicely and have an adult conversation. Instead of that, I immediately got nose to nose with him and said, like, what's your fucking problem, mate? And, which I didn't actually mean to do. And the man was terrified. He was so scared. And he said, oh, my little girl said that my mate was on the back of the bus with a leather jacket on. Oh, so this was before I went vegan, like that part?
Well, when we first
I still had it, didn't I?
We carried on.
Yeah, I was still wearing my leather jacket in the early days. And he said, I thought you were my mate and you were ignoring me. And he was so scared and apologetic. And, well, I was really, I must have apologised like about 16 times. Oh. I felt so horrible. As the bus took off, there was a man with a leather jacket sitting opposite me at the very back. And he was like waving, and that was his mate. So I nearly, you know, I would have hurt him. A few months before, I would have hurt him for that. And I would have hurt him. And what it was, he said, oh, I've got diabetes and my eyesight's like going. So he couldn't like see. So I would have hurt someone badly for having diabetes.
There's been some real pivotal moments in your life, haven't there? Like a handful like that, where it's changed everything. Not completely, like forever, you know, like you're saying, you know, we're not infallible, and, you know, someone could still really, like, anger you or you know, whatever. But there's certainly been a lot of lessons along the way, things that have really changed and helped, and you've kind of woken up and just, like, seen life differently, and things haven't been the same since, and that's one of those real pivotal stories, isn't it?
Yeah, and, you know, thinking about it, I've certainly not laid my hands on anyone for a lot of years, since we moved out of, what was that, Berners? No, Vale Green, wasn't it? So that's a few years ago now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
That was a good question. Thank you, Shoto. John Connor, have you seen this boy? Kindly donated $3.99. There's a fist bump, and it's a vegan plant emblem thing. And no question, because he's supporting his local neighbourhood vegan YouTubers out of the kindness of his heart, because he's a lovely, lovely, lovely man. I mean, he may be a Terminator from the future. Oh, no, he's not. He's John Connor. He's the good one. Yay!
We're not robotists on this channel.
We're not robotists, I swear. Arigato, Mr. Roboto. Thank you, John Connor, you lovely person. Excuse me. Eric Reb, thanks for the share, keeping it real. Thank you, my friend. I think that's important. I hope that others can learn from my stupidity and I can do some good in the world. Reggie, I still await the Hench Herbivore photos. Have we got any? Did I leave those photos at my sister's?
You've got some photo albums on the bookshelf
have.
down there.
Okay, let's make that happen at some
Do you want
point.
me to have a little look through now while we sit here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look for that one where I had a perm. I think that's the best one.
I don't think I've seen that.
Oh, you have.
Oh.
Typhorius, well, I'm out. Take care. I have to go back to work. See you later, my friend. Thanks for joining. Bless you. Always good to see you. Emily the human. She's off as well.
Everyone's going.
Bye, lovely.
Something we said.
Assad anyone has changed, friends, since going vegetarian or vegan? Yeah, quite a few. Yeah, that's all I can really say. Oh, changed, like, got rid of your friends.
I feel like that happens just naturally sometimes.
Yeah.
Not, you don't choose it on purpose.
Yeah. Yeah, I've not sought to not see certain people. But I certainly don't see a lot of non-vegan people ever. I don't even see a lot of vegan people ever, to be fair. But our sort of circle has changed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alexander, should everyone go regularly for full blood spectrum test or at least once a year? It's not something I ever concern myself with. I've had a couple of full panel blood tests since going vegan, but just out of interest, and they were so good, I've not bothered since. So I think that's each to their own. If you can get it done and you can afford it, I suppose it's good. But if you eat well enough. If you're eating whole foods, plant-based, you're supplementing B12, D3, eating some seaweed, getting your flax and chia or a DHA supplement or both. Yeah, you shouldn't have to worry. Come on. Soy the boy, is it just me or does anyone else get terrified of their resistance band door latch potentially coming out and flying at them?
Yes.
This one does.
I really worry about it. When you're pulling on that, you think, oh God.
Stain is in the house. Did I pronounce that right? Stain? I think I did. Oh, look at those photos.
Yeah, look at
Oh God, there's a farmyard. Oh dear.
Oh, can I show this?
Yeah, go on then.
Oh, look at him.
Hench Herbivore.
I mean, this isn't quite the one that...
That's quite enough of that.
How cute is he?
I am cute. I mean, I was. I'm fearsome now. Emily, Gemma, how did you find the change in Paul?
Oh, I found it to be marvellous. Really lovely.
You quite liked my fiery ways in a way.
In the beginning, when I first met you, for sure, I was attracted to that type of a man. But we both grew and changed over the years. We're still doing it. And the amazing thing to me is that we're growing and changing together. We both decided to go
That's
vegan
really lucky, isn't it?
around the same time. You became less like violent. I became less and less interested in drugs and drinking and drama, lifestyle and toxic friends. And we just refined our life more and more together, didn't we? And it worked out really well. I imagine if you'd have stayed the way you were, quite sort of, violent and things, and I had changed, then it wouldn't. There's many things like that where it wouldn't have worked. And probably if, say, like you'd have gone really like into veganism and I didn't, or vice versa, over time that might not have worked. So luckily we've both been growing and changing together, which is amazing.
It is as though it is meant to be.
I was going to say that, but I do want people to be like, oh, you're too soppy.
I'll just pretend I was quoting Raymond's brother from Everyone Loves Raymond.
I don't remember it.
Bongo Monkey. Holly, look up the Zen story of the empty boat. Our anger rises in ourselves. There is no outside protagonist. Yeah, I can quite believe that. I can quite believe that. There's like phrase like nothing has any meaning except that which you attach to it. And, you know, sometimes if you're having a bad day, you're in a bad mood and you have 1,000,001 trolls, it can be quite easy to get really angry and sort of give it to them. But then some days I think, these are a load of black and white squares in certain arrangements. How can they affect me? And then I laugh.
I'll show you this one.
Yeah, why not?
This is Paul with a ponytail right there. Don't know how well you can see it. He's teaching martial arts. There he is.
Oh, look at those lambs. Oh, let's have a look at that one.
What?
This one.
Oh, on your top. Yeah.
Show it to him.
Oh.
I just called the viewers him. Oh, aren't they cute?
So cute. Oh.
I think when I put this on Patreon, because I normally just put live stream in the date, maybe I'll put the one where we see childhood pictures of Paul in lamb sweaters. You know, like on Friends.
Yeah.
Hi DC, nice to see you. Northbound in the house. Terry Woodward. Do you have any advice for post-workout, post-lockdown belly fat? You know, it's mostly nutrition, isn't it? Calories in, calories out. My advice is to eat whole foods, plant-based, tons of low-calorie fruit, tons of low-calorie veg, a good amount of legumes, a good amount of whole grains, a little bit of nuts and seeds. So basically fill yourself up at each meal, but be in a caloric deficit, and most of your food will be water and fibre if you're eating in that way. You can use a total daily energy expenditure calculator, TDEE, just pop that in your browser. It'll ask you all your stats, and then it'll spit out a number based on your energy expenditure, roughly where you want to be in terms of maintenance, and then you just drop 250, 500 calories or whatever. Don't be in a rush, and don't try to lose more than 1% of your body fat or your body weight in a week. What have we got now?
Look at you, you're a teenager, are you?
God, I look like Jerry Carbstrong.
You want me to show it?
I don't care.
Look at him, here he is. Oh, one fell out. He's playing his computer game. With his moustache.
Those are my nephews. Shoto kindly donated 2 yen. Not much, but all I could spare. Koi, my bro.
Oh.
Do you know, that all adds up, and you are a wonderful human being, and I really appreciate you, brother. Domo, arigato. I think I just said thank you very much. I can't remember much Japanese other than just ways to really brutalize people.
Somebody's asked this question a few times, and I've not been typing to answer it, so can I answer it?
Answer it.
Emily Palmer is asking, what is my vegan story? Do you mean like, I guess you mean
Your,
why I went vegan?
Yeah.
So
Let's hear it.
I've actually, funnily enough, just been typing this up because I'm writing another cookbook for us, a desserts book. And I'm writing, so the last one we just did an introduction about Paul. This one I'm doing a bit about me and about Paul. And I was writing my story. Yeah, I just had some health issues for a lot of years. And the NHS I didn't find very helpful. And then I went to see a private doctor and he put me on a high-fat, low-carb diet for a very long time, like 1.5 years or something. And I just felt awful. And I stumbled across some stuff online about veganism, about how you should eat a high carb, low fat diet, and I just thought, what have I got to lose? I was really unwell, and just went for it, didn't I? Tried it, felt better than I felt in years after a week. And just like no going back really, just really got obsessed with like reading stuff like the China study and any information I could kind of get my hands on. It was kind of pure luck that I stumbled across that at that time because, you know, I'd been doing so much searching, and if I hadn't have stumbled across that information at that time, who knows what might have sort of happened. And then you went vegan, so it's been like, oh, it's
been amazing.
Great, hasn't it?
And the rest is history.
Yeah.
And that's the end of that chapter.
Thanks for asking.
Okay, don't rub it in, Steve. Name a two. Greetings from Athens, Greece. Oh wow, love you guys. Got your cookbook and damn, thank you so much. Athens, hey, how's the vegan scene there? I think I spoke to someone in Greece recently, and they were saying that there was a good vegan scene where they were. Sean W, please debunk anti-vegans video by Nervadia. I think she'll respond to your good manners and accurate information. Okay, we'll give her a little look-see.
And in the meantime, see some more pictures of Paul looking like Joey Carbstrong. Here he is. Can they see
Do I
him?
look like Joey Carbstrong?
I believe you do. And here he is in that one in the middle.
Show it to me. Yeah, there's a bit of a resemblance. I've got more of an oval face. He's got more of a round... No, he's got quite an oval face, hasn't he? Who knows? Separated at birth. We certainly have a similar... what's that called? With like a superhero or a supervillain. Something story. Creation story, is it? Right, I'm just looking this chick up. Okay, so she's not got much in the way of a following. See, when I do a response video, I really look for people with big followings to help like grow the channel. The channel grows slow to a real crawl lately, despite doing like Sverige and Tofano and did a Joe Rogan video the other. Oh, there! Look at that! I look like a right little diva. Oh, there's my dad.
Here he is with his perm.
I got a perm.
He's all that good.
Yeah.
There you go. There he is with his long hair and his perm.
Right.
Enough of that. Come back to the chat.
Vegan bad bitches in the house. Cool name. Stephen Townsend, do you find your metabolism slows down as you get older? No, I've had to put in more and more calories, and I think that's a function of eating a whole foods plant-based diet. There are metabolic benefits to like your mitochondria and stuff. So yeah, that's not been an issue. Yeah. 49ers fan, does EPA DHA lower depression? It is for brain health, isn't it? I don't know if it's relative to mood or not, but if you were lacking in a nutrient, like, and then, you know, if you're deficient and then you add it in, then perhaps you can reverse certain things like depression. But I don't really know about that. But it sounds like it probably is. Something in the back of my mind says yes, but I don't want to commit to that answer. So look it up for yourself is the best idea.
I've been reading
I don't want to BS anyone.
The Gut Health MD, his book today.
Yeah.
He sent a copy to Paul. It's very good, and he's talking a lot about short-term fatty acids and the gut health and fibre and everything, helping with stuff to do with the brain, depression and different things. So highly recommend that book. It's very interesting.
Yeah.
Basically, eat a lot of fibre, a diverse range of whole plant foods.
God, you sound like Dr. Will Bulsowicz. Nathan, ever done meditation? And before you ask, the vegan scene in Glasgow is smashing. Good. Yeah, at certain points in my life, I got quite, well, not heavily into it, but I would do it daily. Actually, I used to do an hour a day at one point. I had that, what was that app called? It was called the Cutting Machinery or something. And it was meant to be real fast track to meditation progress. And but I've had a lot of benefits, helped me with my public speaking, and helped me with my not smashing people in the face when they're rude to me, and really sort of observing, like being like an observer self and seeing that going on and not being in it, if you know what I mean, and it being more easily able to not smash people in the face. So that is a benefit for all concerned. Thank you, Sean.
I'm starting a meditation channel, if you're interested. Not yet, probably in a couple of months. I'm writing up loads of meditations at the moment. Can't record any of them because the neighbours upstairs, when they walk around, it's like really squeaky and noisy. So I'm waiting for them to go back to work so I can record the ones that I have written. I like meditation very much.
Go. I recognise Paul, but still that carb strong style is real. Origin story, that's the word, Regita. Thank you. Karen, that was probably Leo. He lives in Corfu. Yes, it was Leo. Yeah, thank you, darling. Yeah, you're spot on. Yeah, he was. He showed me this sort of mountain and the sort of bay where he was, and I was very, very jealous. Yeah, I said to him, like, I liked you for a minute. Lorraine Eady, please give a shout out to my amazing boyfriend. He's been my soulmate for over 22 years. That's beautiful.
Wow.
Adam, you rock, brother. You rock.
Aww.
Very good.
Very nice.
Well, we had more than 12 years.
I think it's our 12. I thought it was 12 years, but I think it's our 12-year anniversary in like September or something.
Right.
That's nearly 12. But then it was 2 years we were together before that.
Oh, so 14 total. Yeah, so that was where I was thinking.
That's how long we've known each other.
Yeah. Fantastic. Yeah. I don't know if this is George or Jorge. Can you do a workout routine? Yes, I know I do most days. What do you mean? What now?
He's good at them.
Do you mean like do you want me to do a video or what? What do you mean?
He's got loads of videos on his channel and on Instagram.
Yeah, I've actually got a playlist of workout videos, but they never tend to do so well for me on the tube, so I don't really do them often. It's jumped.
Can I get my drink without touching the phone?
Yeah, please don't touch it. Why can't I touch it?
Spill it on my laptop either.
Regina, my day has been made perfect. Thank you for showing these pictures. Vegan bad bitch. Well, goodbye to you all. Much love. I got to hear Gemma's story. Yay. Thank you both.
The abridged version of
Lol, the poem looking like Fabio. Thanks for joining us, vegan biatch. Bad biatch.
You look nice with long hair. You should go it long again.
Oh, God. JS, I really struggle with getting a balanced diet as I can't store anything fresh. Any tips? Yeah, that's going to make it hard. But I would say, like, frozen veggies, frozen fruit, berries, stuff like that. Dried fruit, all the dried grains and beans and stuff. So, yeah, you could do it in that way. Eric Marangel kindly donated $5. He's apt to help us out by way of financial donations, so we really appreciate you, my friend. Hey guys, just came by to say hello. Are your gyms reopening in your area? We've not heard anything. I don't think it's going to be soon.
We don't
sadly.
really keep up to date with things, do we?
Nah.
I've heard something about there's now stages in the UK. So many people you can meet up with from a distance, and then it's going to increase to 10 and so on and so on. And I don't know. But yeah, we don't watch the news or anything really, do we? So we don't really know what's occurring.
Thank you for your support, brother. Brigantes, can you lose weight on a high carb 300 gram plus diet? Yeah, I'm doing it right now. I'm probably on about 300 grams of carbs, and that's like probably about the least I'll need to go on. On a bulk, I may be on 1 kilo of carbohydrate. Yeah, it can be done, and in fact, I found it to be the best. High carb, low fat, whole foods, plant-based. I supplement with a couple of scoops of a protein powder as well, like a good quality one. But basically, the lion's share of my carbs, probably 65% of my calories come from carbohydrate. Yep. Yeah, and I think it's best. It's the only macronutrient that can be burned off by way of dietary thermogenesis. So, specifically you heat up if you eat a lot of carbohydrate. Your body's burning off the excess. To store 100 calories as fat, to store 100 calories of fat as fat costs 23 calories. Sorry, costs 3 calories. To store 100 calories of fat costs 3 calories. I know that you as added to your body fat, your adipose tissue. To store 100 calories of carbohydrate costs 23 calories, so several times more. The human body is not in the business of wasting calories. It just wants to survive. And so, yeah, high carb is definitely the way to go. And you may have seen that study recently. I did a video on it, keto versus whole foods plant-based, head-to-head. The whole foods plant-based diet smashed the keto diet just blew it out of the water. And it was a very well-controlled trial. It was in the hospital. It was randomized, and it was a crossover study. Like after 2 weeks, they switched diets. And in both groups, we saw that the plant-based diet burns more fat, maintained muscle better. And they ate less calories. They were more satiated. Versus the keto diet, they actually lost. The weight they lost was like water weight, and possibly they dropped muscle mass as well. And they were less satiated. They ate more calories.
That was a very good study, wasn't it?
That was a very, very good study. Some people have criticised it and said, well, it takes months to get into ketosis. And my perspective is, okay, so in this diet, I can wait months for it to work and it's going to kill me because it's high in fat, trans fats and cholesterol. Or I could do the whole foods plant-based diet, get results immediately and avoid those things. Which one should I do? That's a head scratcher. Nat. Eric Marangel kindly donated another $5, bless him. Did you see Swearingen's new disgusting day of eating video? Yeah, and I, like a lot of people probably, I thought that he was drinking grape juice at the start, but that was blood, and then he put goat's milk in there, and wheel brain as he calls it, and yeah.
It makes me feel sick, he does.
Yeah. It's not right.
He's not right, is he?
Yeah, he's not right. Thank you for your kind support, my friend. Yeah, and I'm afraid to say I did see that. Right. VR. Hi, Paul and Gemma. Did you see Dr. Gregor was on Ritual? Hello, my friend. No. Well, yes, I did see it. I've not listened to it yet. So he's promoting his How Not to Diet book, isn't he? So I need to give that a listen. That'll be very good. Probably, I mean, I've heard the book and I've heard him speaking on other podcasts, so it's going to be the same info, but it doesn't hurt to get it a few times, does it?
You certainly ingested his first book many times.
Yeah. Surprised I didn't get sick of that.
Yeah.
Noah, the keto people are so mad they're spamming the cake comments in the video. Yep, they sure are. It's Activist is back. Hello, my young friend. Good to have you back again. How are you doing? What have you been up to, you little tinker? Steve, gotta go. Need to work flying from Alaska to Hong Kong in a couple of hours. Wow, thanks for the live stream. Yeah, see you next time, my friend. Thanks for joining. Hang on a minute. Are you Steve Townsend from Viva, formerly of Viva? Steph. I caught another live stream. Most I've been able to make it to since 2018. Hi, dearies. Happy relative point in time. And happy relative point in time to you too. Oh, it's a different Steve Townsend. That's good then, because I would have felt embarrassed for not recognising the name earlier. Okay. McLaymaker. I did the keto thing for 2 to 3 weeks, and honestly, I had chest pains from all the coconut fat I was consuming. Got me worried, so I stopped. Nice.
Glad you stopped.
Imagine that. 49ers fan. Are walnuts really high in omega-6? Yeah, I believe so. They've got some omega-3 as well, which is good, but I believe they're higher in omega-6. Oh, and Steve Townshend is a rock climber. That's pretty cool. That's really cool. And quite scary. Fighting for animals. Hi, Paul and Gemma. Could you do a video on vegan calcium? There's plenty of info on it on YouTube, but just Be nice to hear it from you. Maybe I've kind of found when I do these kind of educational videos, they don't tend to do all that well. However, I had committed to doing a series of these types of videos. I'm calling it Plant-Based Basics. And if you look on my homepage, you'll see a horizontal line of latest uploads, then critique videos because they do really well. And then there's a horizontal line with about 10 videos all about plant-based eating. So yeah, I will get round to that at some point. Yeah, no, I will. I'll do that. I'll do iron as well. I've done iodine already. We're doing omega-3. Thank you. Yeah. Do you want to make a note of that for me, that I need to do that sort of stuff, calcium and the like? Soy the Boy, what's your opinion on Frank Tofano's 3-month transformation? His gains actually look substantial, but I think is doing his workouts and diets pretty well behind the scenes.
He's also said just after that, I believe he sucks on video on purpose to play everyone and eats mostly plant-based as proven by his Reddit posts.
So he didn't actually go up all that much in weight, and he did start eating a load of carbohydrate, and so just by eating the carbs you would fill out your glycogen stores. Because he's lean, he would just automatically look a lot better. I think that he hasn't got a clue about working out and nutrition. Yeah, I wasn't impressed. And that's not just sour grapes. That's just the fact that I know how much weight you can put on. When I finish a cut and I eat like maintenance calories at least, or, you know, into a surplus, I just blow up and people accuse me of suddenly jumping on the old steroids. But yeah, you know, I have so much glycogen normally, and 1 part glycogen holds 3 parts of water. So when you first start a diet, you may lose like 6 pounds in the first week. This is why keto is so seductive, because they think, oh, 5 or 6 pounds weight loss, that's amazing. Well, no, your muscles just look smaller. Sorry, that's all that is. Yeah. So yeah, not at all impressed. Horrible training. Yeah, and that's not me trying to be nasty. Like, that's just the truth of it. Do you know what I mean? If that was raw, like dry muscle tissue, like why isn't his strength kind of guy still lifting like the little pink, like 1 pound dumbbells and things? Do you know what I mean? No, that did sound like sour grapes. Right, where were we? Left-hand path, vegan keto, not a fan, not a fan. The longest of people on record ate 85% of their calories as carbohydrate. Keto is the exact opposite of that. I mean, it's going to be healthier than eating animal products. Well, it depends what you're eating. If you're doing vegan keto and eating coconut oil and palm oil, it could actually be worse than even eating an animal-based diet. So, yeah, not recommended. Go. Almost forgot, sent you a PayPal for the cookbook. Looking forward to some new foods. Thank you, my friend.
Have you messaged me about
I
that?
sent you a couple of emails today.
Yeah, I noticed a short time ago before the stream I had an email and I haven't got round to it.
So I should probably let you know when I do that.
Yeah, now that I'm not sending out that document with the book anymore, I don't log into my emails so often, so that would be helpful, thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, this evening I will sort you out a code and send it out to you so you can get the book for free through the website. Thank you.
Not free, you already paid for it.
Well, yeah, but you can download it with a free code, yeah.
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 Vegeta, does having all that extra muscle mass add any significant inconveniences in the day-to-day? I mean, you know, I have been a lot bigger in the past, and yeah, it used to be a chore. I mean, I was quite out of condition. I would basically wake up, lift heavy, just be eating masses all day, go and work on a door, or a nightclub. I'd just be like standing there. Occasionally, you know, I'd get my hands dirty or whatever, but mostly I'm just standing around. And I got quite out of condition, and yeah, I was so heavy. You know, I would get shin splints and like a backache from just trying to like walk. Trying to like you know, save my calories for muscle building. I was 136 kilos at one point. That was horrible. Yeah, it can just get in the way. I know I had to have a knee. I had to have a knee. What was that? Scan. I want to say an MCT scan. Nah.
No, that's not. That's something else.
Anyway, I had to go to hospital and get in this like machine, and I only just fit in this machine. And they said, like, if you get any bigger, you will have to go to the vets, and they have ones for like cattle. They said I'd have to get in a cattle one if I got any bigger. Oh no! If it was upper body, I would have had to have gone in one. That was it.
Right.
I would have gone in one.
Yeah.
So that wasn't good. And then so I did a lot of martial arts, and then I tore my meniscus in my knee. So then I just went heavily into bodybuilding. But then one night I was a bit bored, and me and my mate were working on this door, and it was a bit quiet. So I wanted to show him this cool karate technique where he does like a front kick and steps towards me, and I like step through, kind of cover it, and then spin and take out his back leg. Every time I went to do it, because I'd got so much wider and hadn't been used to trying to do martial arts like that, every time I went to do it, like we were smashing our shoulders together. Like my spatial like awareness, like not my spatial awareness has gone weird, but I didn't take into account how broad my shoulders were. Would sometimes barge into doorways by accident. Yeah, it's quite fun though.
You certainly didn't appreciate how big you were. I don't think you still do.
No, I was certainly had body dysmorphia going on.
Would you say like that there's some days where that's better and some days where it's worse? Or maybe if you're dieting, you certainly don't feel, you know, it's a big deal.
I'm a lot more comfortable now with how I look, and the weird thing is I'm not half as big, but I feel quite happy with the way I look.
Good.
Yeah. Back in the day, really, it really was predicated on the types of bad, terrible drugs I was taking. So if I would be on ecstasy and cocaine and things, I'd look in the mirror and think, oh, I look like a monster. And then to try and come down, I'd be smoking some weed, and then I'd feel like I looked all long and skinny. Don't do drugs, kids. Drugs are bad.
I'm just going to say the same thing.
Yeah, don't do them. They're rubbish.
Yeah.
It's lucky I got a liver left, like, and I was doing steroids at the time as well, and drinking. Like, I was such an idiot. I think that's what's happened. I've realised that I got off light, and I was lucky, and I don't want to push it, and now I want to, you know. Of course, I'm having a couple of scoops of a protein powder, but other than that, I'm pretty much whole foods, you know, and I'll try to put in all the good vegetables and fruits and things. You know what I mean?
You're certainly the healthiest bodybuilder I've ever seen, that's for sure.
Yeah. I rock. Okay. Probably snot pills. What one thing do you think disrupts the gut the most? Probably alcohol, because it kills the good guys and feeds the bad guys. Yeah. Sam, I really appreciate what you do. Thank you. Meditation is a fabulous thing. We've been doing it for 20 years. Got a lentil plant. Gathers pie in the oven. Love. That was some good words. Thank you. I liked them. It's activist non-stop bike. What have you been cycling around? I've used activist. I like that. That's good. That's the vegan lifestyle. Shanawaz, buy Bitcoin, guys. A. Okay.
I've told you.
Yeah. Well, let's just jump. So I don't know where I am. I'm going to skip forwards a little bit. If I miss your comment or question, pop it back in the chat. Can I draw your attention
to a question?
Yeah, please do.
D Rabbit It White is talking about the cookbook. I don't need more protein, but foods you make look good. What do you reckon the average protein content of the recipes is? So I should answer that bit first. It's not just for people who need more protein. The recipes are whole foods, so they're just suitable for anyone. But every recipe is at least 20 grams of protein, even the desserts. I think that's right. Yeah. And then it goes up to on average they're like 25, 30 or 35 protein. It varies. There's some that are more, with like the tempeh and things. Yeah, around there, you know, somewhere. And also he's also asking for a guy who needs to gain weight and has heart disease.
Yeah, so that would be perfect in that case. I mean, if you want to gain weight, you don't want to gain like all fat. Certainly if you've got heart disease, you don't want to be getting fatter. So, and it's whole foods, like Gemma says, so that would be perfect. Yeah. I sort of wanted to hit those two things. You know, muscle growth for the people who want it, but whole foods plant-based, so it is helpful for everyone. Currently just $4.99. Link in the description. Give us your money.
That was a good one.
That was a good one, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Right. The meat church. Are you more of a boxer or were you a puncher? I don't really know exactly what you're trying to say there, but I mean, I did some boxing, but don't really know what you mean. Like more, it's like involved in this kind of science of it and all that malarkey. I kind of trained in so many different disciplines, and then I just distilled down kind of what worked in reality. So, butcher is power, boxing is science. Yeah, I took that too. A bit of a mix. For a big guy, people were often very surprised at the speed and agility with which I moved, which often made a lot of people come unstuck. Don't like to blow my own trumpet. I mean, a lot of it's just sheer good luck, really. It's amazing. I never got knocked out or even knocked down or had a slice out of my arm one time. Someone like kind of probably razor bladed me as I was running through a club. I broke my hand, but that was my fault because I was punching someone. But somehow 12 years of some of the sort of naughtiest clubs and like, yeah, I got off very light.
Yeah, you were lucky. Very pleased about that.
I basically just acted like the biggest maniac, so people didn't want to try it on, I think.
That was really your
that was my
tactic,
forte.
wasn't it?
Yeah, just act like a mentalist. When ignorance is mutual, confidence is king.
Yeah.
When ignorance is mutual, mentalism is king. Michael, bro, you're in better shape than over half of American males aged 18 to 50. Thank you very much. You're most kind. Yeah, you know, I kind of make it a priority, you know. That's all it is. It's just turning up every day, doing your bit, eating well, you know, and making that a priority, you know, not, you know, late nights, parties, you know, bad food. I'm a bit tired today, I won't bother training. You know, you just have to make it a priority. The meat church, what was your alcohol of choice? Probably beer, lager, probably Stella. No, I'll tell you what I liked was Kronenberg.
You liked Baileys.
I did drink Baileys for a time. Well, that was more when I was on ecstasy and like you don't want a harsh tasting drink, you need something a bit sweeter.
Drank a whole bottle of that once.
I thought I drank about several, like 2 or 3 bottles.
Oh, it might have been 2 bottles on your birthday, wasn't it?
Yeah, they kept giving it to us, didn't they? That was our first mistake.
Oh dear. How we've changed.
Yeah. Lorraine Edie, you should be happy you have Gemma and Cowboy. I couldn't be more happy, Lorraine. I really couldn't. I'm very lucky. Can't stop lying. I've gotten a bit smaller as well. My thinking now is solid strength in the smaller package. Cost less and less use of the Earth's resources. Yeah, that's a good thing to think about. And also, it's probably healthier. It's like long term. Probably, if you wanted to live the longest, you would undereat a little bit. I mean, obviously, you make sure you're getting your micronutrients. But the less calories, the sort of not the less calories, the better. But you don't want to be smashing them in like I am, is what I'm trying to say. Yeti, thoughts on Dr. Berg? Yeah, he's that silly chiropractor, isn't he? Yeah, he's just daft. I liked Leo Venus's latest video on him where he's just laughing at his silly thing where he's trying to palpate certain organs on the abdomen, and he was saying, well, the organs are at the back there, like you can't, you're not, they're just silly. Oh, it's just jumped. Steph, OMG, those quiches. I'm just getting to the dips. Oh,
I love
nice.
those little mini quiches. They're great, aren't
I'm
they?
not a fan.
Yeah, oh, that's one of my favourites. Yeah.
That's woman's food.
Well, because they're little mini ones?
Yeah, I think so.
Weird.
Oh, Zactivist, you lovely lad. You didn't have to do that. Kindly donated 99 Great British pence and sent a poo emoji for some reason. I thought we were mates.
He also said, can we do some more TikTok videos?
Oh, yeah, we didn't do one today, did
I
we?
didn't really feel that great today. And I think, like, to do, like, pranks and things, you have to sort of really be feeling, like, up for, like, silliness and, like, a laugh or whatever. So I think it just wasn't... Oh, God. That was just for you, Zactivist.
That was for you, for the kind donation.
I didn't like that. You bugger. We might do some more tomorrow, perhaps.
Oh my God, do we have an ex-raver here, Mr. Hench? Not really a rave. I was more of a security when that kind of scene was happening, but I was taking similar substances.
You liked a bit of drum and bass, did you?
Yeah, I liked a bit of drum and bass. Those nights were really violent as well.
Mm.
Yeah, I was a fan of that because I was an idiot.
Probably
not. Yeah, probably not always the common denominator.
Yes. I wonder why it's so violent.
Everywhere you go, it's really violent. Produce Not Pills, air fryer recipes, recommendations. So we've done 2 videos of air fryer recipes, 3 in each, I believe. What ones did we do? Kale chips. Oh, God damn. If you do kale chips with like a nut butter and some nooch, maybe some onion powder, all those sort of things, all the herbs and spices. And they're amazing, aren't they?
We did
the chickpea.
Roasted chickpeas.
Curried roasted chickpeas.
That's in our
they're
cookbook, but that's also on that video. And we did little falafels.
Falafels
are so great in the air fryer.
Oh, let's do some of them tomorrow.
Yes. So the recipe I like to do is just a burger recipe from the cookbook, but that is also on the channel if you want that. So instead of making it into burgers, I make it into little balls.
Burgers.
And we did 2 batches at the same time. I did one in the oven, one in the air fryer. The air fryer, they went crisp all round. The oven ones were a little bit sort of dark on the bottom, but the top was like not as cooked, and even though I flipped it, I don't know, they didn't turn out as good. So definitely air fryer falafels are the way to go.
Oil-free chips, sweet potato fries.
Yeah.
I said chips and fries there in one sentence.
Sweet potato fries also turn out way better in an air fryer.
Yeah.
In the oven they're a bit soggy still.
Soggy, aren't
not
they?
in the
somehow.
air fryer.
What else did we do?
Can't remember.
Like baked tofu and then like tempeh nuggets.
Tempeh bacon you can do in the air
Oh,
fryer.
tempeh bacon.
There's a recipe on the channel for that as well somewhere.
Oh God, damn!
Making me.
Why does Snoop Dogg have an umbrella for?
Why?
Drizzle.
You idiot.
Vegeta, your young life was pretty wild. I've been spending mine far less exciting. We're lucky to still be here, really, to be honest.
Yeah, we laugh about it, but I don't recommend it or think it was clever.
It's a nice place to visit, but I wouldn't want to live there.
I wouldn't want to visit there again.
Oh, just mad stuff.
Yeah, there was many highs, but the lows were very, very hard and bad. Very bad.
And life-threatening sometimes.
You can party all weekend, then you spend the week trying to recover and replenish your serotonin, feeling desperately like depressed. The weekend comes around, you're starting to feel a bit better. The weekend's here, I'll do it all over again. It's like a never-ending horrible...
Never-ending story.
Yeah, that.
La 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 la. Where's Cowboy? Peggy Hill asks. That's a good question. Cowboy.
I don't know.
Cowboy.
This activist is asking about if my tooth's alright from
I
that.
saw that.
He did a scare prank on me on TikTok. So follow us on there if you want to see like pranks and stuff. And I went like that and hit my tooth with my drink.
I tried to beckon Cowboy over.
Lucky that didn't go all over me.
If you listen, you can hear like the ring from where the metal hit, and then when I did the slow motion, you can hear the ring in slow motion. Cowboy.
What kind of prank stuff would you guys like to see us do on TikTok? We've got a few ideas. We're just doing the stuff that we find like fun. I really like that kind of stuff. But if you have anything
you
want to see us do, yeah, tell us.
What's up there?
He's not falling for it. He knows it's not snack time.
There's a snack. It's up there.
He's not falling for it.
It's been a knob end.
Oh no, don't say it.
TH101 is too much fibrous veg roughage. So roughage speaks to insoluble fibre. That's the word for that. We used to say roughage back in the day. I remember my mum saying that. Is it bad for stretching stomach or pretty unsafe? I eat tons with no issues. Stay lean and full on one meal a day. It's grand. No, that's fine. Yeah, get it in you. The more soluble fibre and resistant starch, which is found in insoluble fibre, the better. But you know, some people have to build up for it because their diet was awful historically. Cowboy, come on. The snacks. You know what snacks are. I'm trying to get him up. Vegeta brings up a good point. Bass. The bass has arrived. Yeah, I love drum and bass for a while. Can you tell me hit each? Can't stop lying. Me thinks Hench enjoys the kale chips just a tiny bit. Lately, I've been eating like a huge bag of, about 160 gram bag of kale most evenings made into kale chips. I got a bit too carried away with them though and started burning myself. There you go.
Oh, you're trying to do it when you're tired and it's late and you're not doing it. I suppose your hands are quite big to get in there to get the...
I have got big things. Why you laugh? You think of the gram. Why you laugh?
Shut up.
But it's like two-can Pepsi.
I know.
I'll leave it there. I don't like to brag, so I get my woman to do it for me.
God. Oh, here he comes. Here he comes.
What's there?
He's not sure. He thinks you're tricking him.
I'm not tricking him. He's squeaky. There he is.
There he is, everyone. I'll move over because he's better to look at than me. He's so damn cute.
No way, you're equally sexy.
Sexy.
Produce, have you guys tried cauliflower wings in the air fryer? Actually, we did do something like that when we first got it. It was good.
It was a recipe out of the book that came with the air fryer. Broccoli it was.
Oh, we did broccoli. Was it more of a steak or something we did? There was more of a
bits,
steak.
Little
bites. Yeah, let's try cauliflower though. That sounds... Little bits. Yeah, good idea, Produce. Thank you. Kelly Bunsell, I bought nooch, but I don't know what to do with it. Eat it! Just get it in you!
Put it on everything!
Put it on your cornflakes.
So I was thinking about it on cereal.
So we use it in place of like Parmesan or whatever, on like a tomato-based dish or something like that. On pizzas, in dips, in sauces. Like just a basic, what's in a basic bean dip? Like white beans, nooch, bit of tahini, bit of lemon.
Lemon or apple cider vinegar is quite nice.
Maybe some little bit of touch of mustard.
I like a little mustard.
Onion, garlic powder, maybe some other herb spices if you want.
Yeah,
but it's
basically
nooch, nooch, like a fat like tahini, and a white bean.
Oh, it's amazing.
It's the best stuff.
You could go on pasta. If you make pasta with like a tomato sauce, bit of nooch on there. just on some steamed veggies, like some cauliflower or something.
Some people just put it on salad, like.
Yeah.
So can I just sprinkle the nooch on the stuff as it is? Yeah.
Yeah. You don't have to cook it.
Yep. Asadazazd. Is it expensive? You can get a good air fryer, like a decent sized one, for about 70 or 80 Great British pounds.
Yeah, like 30 or 40, I was going to say.
An air fryer?
Yeah.
Probably a tiny one, though.
Okay.
Tiny ones are no good.
Well, not everyone eats.
Now get in the frame.
Not everyone eats as much as you.
I've just realised I'm quite hungry.
Yeah. So
Oh, we've been going for a while, haven't we? Let's do, if you're up for it, 15 more minutes.
Okay.
You up for it?
15 minutes.
Guys, you got us for 15 more minutes. We're doing an hour and a half stream tonight because we love it so much and we love you. Vegeta, no, that's not me. Can't stop lying, Drizzle. Lorraine, please check out Esther the Wonder Pig. I am aware of the wonderful Esther the Wonder Pig.
We've had a super
Oh, was that Zactivist again? I missed him. Sorry, Zactivist. Zactivist kindly donated to 2 Great British pounds. Got to head off, guys. See you soon. There's a nice avocado.
Goodbye.
Thanks for your support, bro. You don't have to keep doing that. That's really lovely of you, though. I bet he's off for another bike ride.
Another bike ride.
He's a keen cyclist, that one.
Craziest.
VR Blitz. VR. Blitz up some nooch with cold cashews and it makes a great parmesan.
Or Brazil nuts.
Yeah, some sort of nut, and then nooch, maybe a bit of garlic powder or something in there, a little salt. Yeah, it was really parmesan like. Vegeta, there is only one forbidden place for nooch, not into shakes.
You're not on sweet things.
Yeah.
I never heard anyone.
That would be weird.
Could you put it in like a cheesecake? Would that? No, cheesecakes don't taste like cheese, do they? Forget what I said.
Muddy Paws, listening while in Tesco. Why do you have to walk through the death wall to get to the vegan substitutes? Yeah. It's like a horror show, isn't it?
Yeah.
Emily Palmer got a big air fryer on Amazon for £40.
I was thinking 40 might be, you might get a good one.
Decent.
Because we've had 2, and I'm sure the first one we had was about 40, and then the next one was a bit more expensive. I could be wrong.
Yogesh Tiwari says hello, and they are in India. I love the look of India.
Nice.
Well, I have some very lovely Indian friends, Vijay and Dalsuk, and their wives Drushti and forget Vijay's wife's name. I don't know if I've ever known it, have I? I must know it. Anyway, I'm an idiot, so I've forgotten. Anyway, they're the best people I've ever met.
Yeah.
Lovely
awesome.
People. They're Hare Krishna and just, they're just such beautiful souls, so loving and warm.
Yeah. And when it's crucial times, they really show their true colours, and just that they're just beautiful people. They can't open their restaurants, so they're making meals for NHS staff and giving away like loads of meals for them. They do amazing things. They're so lovely.
The Meat Church. Do you know anything about the Snake Diet channel? Not really. Is he saying like eating once a day kind of thing? Is what I'm going to guess. And if he's eating animal products, like, I know that he's an idiot. Particularly if he's only eating animal products. Lorraine Eady, favourite animal? We get this one quite a bit, and we normally go goat, don't we?
I also like squirrels. I think that they are amazing.
I like Dan Richardson, this actor guy we know, lovely man. He's got a squirrel. He comes in his house now and he feeds her. Kiki's called her. Oh. Yeah, follow him on the Instagram, Dan Richardson. We're in his, I'm in his film, Food for Thought, which comes out at some point. They're in the edit at the minute.
It's exciting. I liked it at Centre Parks. It was amazing.
Yeah.
So many squirrels and like deer, and they'll come right up to you. You can just sit there really patiently holding a nut for ages, and they'll eventually like come up and check you out, and then just take it from you. It's so cute. Yeah.
Yogesh, you know Narendra Modi? No, tell me what that is. I don't know. We got invited to a lovely baby shower type thing, Hare Krishna baby shower, whatever that's the proper name for that is. That was beautiful, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Kate Hill, do you ever buy vegan junk food or eat any out? No. No, sometimes eat out, but yeah, we steer clear of junk food. Just when you eat really ultra healthfully for long enough, you lose the taste for junk food. And if you eat junk food and it's got oil or too much salt or, you know, just certain things, like it hurts you, like you know, headache, stomach ache, you know, low energy. You notice it a lot more.
Try and eat the healthiest things we can when we go out. We know all the vegan places. We know where's got things that are, you know, pretty good. So. Yeah.
TH101, bid you good night, up to train early, latest potatoes. See you later, my friend. Thanks for joining. Soy the Boy kindly donated £1 Great British Pound. No question, just supporting his local neighbourhood vegan YouTubers out of the kindness of his heart. What a lovely lad. Oh, and so that is the Prime Minister of India. Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know who our Prime Minister is, if I'm honest. I don't really keep up to date with current affairs and news. It's Boris Johnson, isn't it? I did actually know that for once. But yeah, I don't. Mostly, I don't really consume anything. I'm busy creating, you know. Some sorry little trolls just coming here trying to upset people. I don't want them. Goodbye, my friend. Goodbye. Imagine that. Imagine having so little going on in your life that you go across to a different channel that believes in a different ethos than you, just for the specific purpose of upsetting people. What a guy. What an awesome guy.
Yeah.
Right. Liam Channy, what do you think of the mechanisms which plants use to draw impurities from soil for photosynthesis? Could these metals carcinogens be harmful to humans? All I will really say is, rather than going into like individual little mechanisms, you know, it's better to snap back, look at the bigger picture. The more plants we eat, the happier, healthier, longer we live. So who knows, could there be some potential for a little bit of harm there? But obviously, like, there's the good outdoes the bad, because on the whole, the more whole plant foods we eat, the longer we live. The more processed plant foods and animal products we eat, the shorter we live. So that would be my thinking on that, without going too much down the rabbit hole. Asad, anyone seen high salt values in vegan products? Why? Because junk products are really for people who don't care so much about health and they just want to have something tasty, and salt makes things tasty. So if you want to eat healthfully, you wouldn't buy foods with an ingredients list. You'd be buying ingredients, you'd be buying rice or beans or berries or whatever, do you know what I mean? Rather than like a packet with loads of different stuff in there and chemicals and nonsense. That's what I would say. DT, hi guys. Paul, do you think in a hypothetical exhibition fight you could beat vegan gains? My money is on you, but my mate thinks vegan gains. Whoever got the most violent the quickest would be the winner. So who knows? Who knows? I hope never to lay my hands on someone again, though. I'll just quit before we start and let him take the win. Yogesh, China makes coronavirus, ? Probably not. In the last 40 years, You know, we've seen over 30 emerging viral epidemics, you know, infectious diseases, you know, and all the previous ones, you know, AIDS from, you know, bushmeat from a monkey, bird flu, swine flu, you know, from domestic, you know, farmed animals, MERS from farmed camels, you know. Historically, we got about one of these diseases every roughly 100 years from being in contact with animals. If we didn't mess with horses, we wouldn't have the common cold. If we didn't mess with ducks, we wouldn't have flu. But we've become so close to animals because we're, you know, we're using and abusing them, and we're creating conditions, you know, where disease propagates like really, really well because they're living in their own mess and it's all jam-packed and, you know, for profit. It's evil and it's disgusting, and we're getting our just rewards for doing it. And so, you know, I've seen about 6 conspiracy theories about COVID. Who really knows? But the scientific consensus is it came from bats through pangolins and then to humans. You know, if we've had about 30, 40 of these diseases now, and it's just a matter of time before the next one, if we don't change, you know, this is going to be a common occurrence. And it's, you know, it's about yearly now. It's about yearly that we get one of these emerging infectious diseases, zoonotic diseases from messing with animals. 40 years ago, you know, before the advent of animal agriculture, it was about once every 100 years. So we need to stop messing with animals, you know, for their sake and the planet's sake, and now for our sake. You know, I'm stuck indoors because someone wanted to eat pangolins, you know, and people point at China and forget, like, anthrax, mad cow, foot and mouth, swine flu, bird flu. Actually, was bird flu China as well? But anyway, most of these diseases have come out of factory farms in the West. So, I don't know where I was, but I'll just carry on from what I can see on my screen. Digital X-Mage. Are you confident in your fighting ability even if you haven't trained in a while? It's all just muscle memory now. Also, what kind of martial arts did you train in? I'm certainly not as confident in my fighting ability as I would have been when I was doing it every day. And I've really done no training for quite a few years, really. I mean, there is the muscle memory there, and I know I've got a good right cross and a good left hook, and I know I'm accurate. So, and mostly, I think the main thing with fighting, really, or just for confrontation, let's say, the main thing is your confidence. And so, if you don't look like a victim, if someone's giving it the big one, but you don't look bothered, they're unlikely to go for it. That's been my experience. And yeah, I mean, I'm pretty confident. I know how to hit. I'm quite strong, you know. I don't like to blow my own trumpet, but I'm very powerful at striking. And so I wouldn't be too concerned, but certainly for like sparring and match fighting, you know, like, of course, the stamina's not there for that type of thing. So, yeah, I'd really rather not if I can help it. Yeah. And then there's the aftermath of, you know, if you win, like, what's happened to the other person. Like, if you've knocked them out and then they hit their head on the floor when they're already unconscious, like, people die. I've seen it happen. Well, not seen it happen, but I was on the same street where it happened to another doorman, and you know, he was looking at a manslaughter charge, and that was actually from a shove. That wasn't even a punch, come to think of it. Yeah. So it's just best to stay out of it. Oh, and what types of martial arts? I started in Shotokan Karate, but my instructor was, he was actually a doorman, and he did boxing as well, and then kickboxing. And so it was very hard. It was half the traditional syllabus, and it was half sort of free fighting, and it was like anything goes, and there was eye gouging and biting and headbutts. I mean, it was controlled. Like, people didn't die every like evening, although there were one or two horror stories. I accidentally stabbed 2 people when we were doing knife defence. You know, I've stabbed 2 people in training, but they were black belts, so they should have got out of the way.
I would not like to have trained where you trained. Are we off soon?
Oh yeah, let me just finish this question. Martial arts. So I did boxing, I did kickboxing, trained in MMA. When it first really came out, it was called shoot fighting, this particular class where I went at the time. And there was obviously the different, you know, BJJ, wrestling, striking was in there. A bit of Japanese jiu-jitsu as well as BJJ, a little bit of taekwondo. Oh, and Thai boxing more recently. Yeah, I loved them all. They've all got something to offer, haven't they? And they're it's just good to be expanding your consciousness and like learning and growing. Yeah. Anyway.
Hang on. Oh no, I've just entered the wrong thing in again.
You've entered the dragon.
So someone's asking about the book.
Yeah.
You can buy the book through PayPal. We don't have that set up on the website yet because I don't know how to do it. So if you want to pay via PayPal, you can just send so it's £4.99, Great British pounds. Send it to the email, which I'll type in, Hench Herbivore at yahoo.co.uk, and then we'll know it's for the book because of the amount, and we will send you a link to download it.
Why don't we add a note of that to the website?
Okay. Yes.
Lovely.
Oh, okay. D Rabbit said it's worked. Great. Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for your kind support. Yeah, if anyone's looking for vegan recipes or books, £4.99 during the whole of this pandemic situation. So that's that. I'd like to thank our lovely moderators.
We didn't have any tonight. Just me, I think.
Did we not? No. Did we not have any?
I hope I'm not forgetting someone and then I'm going to be offended.
Oh, yeah.
But I think it was just me this evening.
Yasmin was in earlier on. Anyway, thanks for your help. Thanks for the super chat, supporting what we do. It means a lot to us. And thanks for all turning up and chatting all the time. If you're new here, we would love to have you become part of the Hench Herbivore community. And you can do that by hitting the subscribe button, clicking the bell icon so you're notified of new videos and new live streams. We'll have another stream. What is it today? Friday?
Yeah, definitely Monday.
Are you guys struggling with this as well? It's like all the days merge into one. We'll definitely be on Monday. I may do a stream over the weekend.
Yeah.
And I think I probably would like to.
Yeah.
If you would like to.
Yeah, so you can get notified, and often on Instagram you'll do a quick story before you come on, so that's another way to know that we're coming on.
Yeah.
If it's a random day.
Follow us on the gram, Hench_Herbivore, Gemma_Herbivore. She's trying to grow her channel, so we appreciate some follows there. We're on the TikTok as well.
Yeah, we're on the TikTok for mucking around and stuff.
Is that all the things we need to say?
I believe so.
Lovely. And I'll try and get a video up for you in the next couple of days. Nice. Thanks so much for hanging out, guys. We really love and appreciate you. It's goodbye from me.
And goodbye from me.